What is this tool found in an antique store in the tool section in a rural Alberta, Canada area? The tag says mystery tool. The handle can fit hands, the materials are wood and metal, and there is no writing on the item. I can't seem to move or slide any of the parts, and it does not seem to twist or adjust in any manner. I posted it on Facebook in a place where other semi-rural, rural, and urban Albertans would see it. Many responses, but no one knows what it is. Any ideas? It's an adjustable pad counter for counting out sheets of paper from a stack. I'm a printer, and before using scales to weigh paper sheets, we used these tools to stab out the sheets instead of counting one by one. For easier storage, you can tighten the smaller end of the measurement bar onto the handle. Twist the handle to unlock it, and place the longer end into the hole. Next, count a single stack as a pad template. Then take the pad counter and measure the template stack. Place the counter onto the stack and hook your pages. You will then get the exact same size as your first one. What are these small gold rabbit figures found at the thrift store? They both have a little dent on their backs that is clearly for holding something, and I have no idea what they're meant to be used for. It's clearly a type of ceramic covered in a faux metallic glaze, a few inches long, and no discernible markings or signifiers of age or date. I don't think it could be candles or incense or anything hot, as the gold finish is painted on and seems pretty fragile. It's also too small and shallow to be egg cups, and too awkwardly shaped to be spoon rests. Can anyone help out? The ears sticking up can only mean ring holders, plus the very shallow dish. Place your rings one on top of the other on the ears of the bunny. You can avoid losing or misplacing your valuable rings on this next to your sink while washing dishes, showering, or cleaning. What is this brass cylinder with a wooden handle bought at a car boot? Approximately 6 inches in length, it's sealed at the bottom, and it has the markings as you can see in the photo going 2, 4, 6, and 8, with the letter DR near the 8. The wooden piece comes away from the base, but there is nothing on the end of it. I am trying to identify, maybe something to do with dram, but I'm not sure. Any and all help is appreciated. It is an antique black powder measure for muzzle-loading antique guns. You're missing a part. It would have an outer brass sleeve that this would have slid into. Black powder and shot used to be measured in drams or grains, which are two not very common units of measure. It has a slide function to change the measurement amounts. You pull down on the wooden handle to get it to the right line, then fill it up. What is this carved wood item? Approximately 7 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide, with no markings. It does not move, it has a single screw on the bottom, and it has a carved handle and a triangular base. I did a Google image search, which said it was a utensil holder. I tried to use it as such, but the utensils just fell over. I decided to ask the person who listed it as a utensil stand. They said they actually didn't know and guessed because they didn't want to call it a wood thingy. I asked both Etsy and eBay. The eBay person responded saying they actually didn't know. I've cooked for years and can't picture how this would be a good design for utensils, even if they were made for it. Does anyone have a clue? It's a 1960s bowl holder for condiments. You seem to be missing the bowls or jars of the correct height. The projections would fit over the lips of the bowls so you can carry them. The bottoms of the bowls would ride on the top of the bowed out section of the triangle. What is this some type of wrench with 3 different sized holes in the middle? It has Samson Tool Company on it, and it seems to be pretty old and has some weight to it. Any ideas? It's a crocodile wrench with thread chasers. It was designed as a fits-every-size wrench back when nuts were square. In reality, they were best known for converting square nuts into round nuts while simultaneously bruising your knuckles. The holes in the center are used to clean the threads of bolts, thread diameter, and thread number listed next to the holes. It was originally used for wagon end gate rods, but it was also used for locomotive maintenance. It was patented on April 3, 1906 by J.D. Edmonds of Chicago, Illinois. What is this AquaWave old electronic device that I found under my sink in a rented apartment? I found it under the kitchen sink, clamped to the water pipe. It has a port for a 12 volts power supply and a metal rod connected to nothing. The metal rod can be easily unscrewed, which makes me think it is an antenna type thing, and it contained 2 thoroughly rotten AA batteries. My guess is it is at least 25 years old. It's mostly plastic, though very solid feeling plastic, and doesn't weigh much. Any ideas? It's a pseudoscientific device to align ions in your water, or some crap for some placebo effect health benefits. A device designed to separate a fool from their money. Here's a version currently for sale. It says for horses and small animals. It doesn't say if that includes humans, which promises natural well-being through gentle vibrations. Available at the bargain price of 969 Swiss franc, or around $700 US. And this is what you get for your money when you buy the woo-woo device. What is this spoon-like silver-colored metal object found at an antique shop? With what looks to have the design of an older version of the Indian rupee. It's not very heavy at all and is the size of a normal teaspoon. It was found in the spoon section of the shop, but I don't think it's actually a spoon, but I'm not sure, and I'd like some info on it if anyone has any ideas. Thank you all. It's a coin spoon. Collecting them was something of a rage in the 19th century. It was introduced at the Crystal Palace exhibition in London in 1851 and peaked after the World's Columbian Expo in Chicago in 1893. Sometimes the coin was pressed into a bowl shape, and some were conventional spoons with the coin at the end of the handle. You'll sometimes see these described as a coffee bean spoon or a salt spoon, but it's really just a souvenir piece from the early days of mass foreign travel. I used to come across them pretty frequently when I was in the antique trade in the UK. The coin is from the Mint of Nizam of Hyderabad, one of the 7 dudes who was the richest in the world and had lots of unique collectibles in the world. The structure on the coin is called Charminar, which means the 4 minarets. What is this hollow plastic cylinder with a rotating press above it? That goes to the bottom of the cylinder if pressed down. I found it on my late grandfather's desk. If you press the upper white part down, the circle connected to it starts rotating very quickly, though only for a few seconds. Any ideas? Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.